the goal. Representation that delivers, now that's the goal. So, in the future, when we talk about a policy failure, let's talk about the policy. Let's keep our eyes on the actual record, the votes, the budgets, the promises, the perennially missed deadlines, the outcomes in people's daily lives. Because the moment we start treating accountability as disloyalty, we lose the ability to ask for better from anyone. We must never surrender our agency to be outraged when our leaders underperform. Our communities deserve leaders who welcome scrutiny, not ones who hide behind identity to avoid it. Now, let me put my hard hat on, go back outside, and see if these procrastination Crenshaw construction crews have shown up yet. I'm saving space for grace, but if these trucks don't show up soon, well, you already know. With the KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
Self-care and find our focus. This is Mindful Mondays with Saharah Ali on KBLA Talk 1580.
Indeed, it's time for Mindful Monday with Saharah Ali. Saharah Ali is a meditation teacher and a yoga instructor. She does sound baths and sound healing. She's a life coach, numerologist, and astrologer. And we go way back. Speaking of Mercury retrograde, we go way back from before my Steve Harvey morning show days. Saharah Ali, good morning.
Good morning, Dominique, and good morning, KBLS family. Welcome to Mindful Monday, where we get our minds right for the week, setting positive intentions to honor our mind and body through meditation, prayer, and affirmation as we step unapologetically into our week, being on purpose with our power, wisdom, truth, and faith. We're being blessed this week with the celestial gift of a new moon in Cancer tomorrow, conjunct Mercury retrograde, highlighting emotional intelligence, rebuilding foundations, supporting home and family. This transit is offering a clean slate to nurture our emotional world, yielding clarity as we say no to say yes to self, honoring fulfillment. Note the moon and Mercury retrograde will square Saturn and Neptune, so this is not the time to buy that computer or get a car or sign any major contracts. It's time to stay focused and go in clear house. The gift also is Venus in Virgo until August 6th, inviting love as a daily practice, refining discernment, setting boundaries, getting our priorities straight, and holding space to gain clarity and hard facts before taking action as we rewrite the lies we tell ourselves, opening the space for clarity, rebirth, and change. The call to action is to surrender, to embrace divine order, trusting universal wisdom, to always seek a balance in our favor. So as we go forward with our Mindful Monday meditation, calm your mind, find stillness, and take a breath. Take a breath, opening to inner wisdom as we journey into the world behind our eyes. Just breathe. Breathe, softening your heart, releasing ego, to hear the wisdom of your soul, to unapologetically embrace innate truth, and step into the call of love of self and divine order as we meditate and open to grace. Take a breath, anchoring your feet to the floor or to the earth or wherever you are, connecting to the root of your purpose, aligning with your soul's task. Just breathe. Breathe and be right here, right now, in this moment, allowing wisdom from the Most High to open your heart, to open your mind. As you relax, allow your breath to freely flow and connect the divine wholeness within you, embracing seeds of transformation, trusting the divine. Relax, calm your mind, calm your body, and connect to your center. Let go and just breathe and be right here, right now. Make it safe to calm your mind. Make it safe to go into the world behind your eyes and connect to wisdom. Relax and listen to being on purpose in this moment, feeling your wholeness as you connect with your breath, leaning into divine self-love, open to clarity with each breath. Relax and let go, trusting wholeness as your true nature. And as you relax and as you listen, call on your angels, call on your ancestors, and surrender any stagnation from the past and be right here, right now, ready for fulfillment, embracing divine guidance, attracting miracles to manifest with grace. Just breathe and relax and call on abundance and boldly honor the change within you, opening yourself to live your best life with grace. Relax, promising yourself to be unapologetic, trusting the power of being on purpose as you breathe, as you listen, as you open your heart, as you feel the power of inner wisdom and clarity. Believing all things are in your favor with each breath you take. With the quieting of your mind, allow yourself to receive divine guidance, to receive direction, to allow you to support leveling up, honoring the power within you to be a change agent. And as you sit with all of this and as you carry this throughout your day, give yourself permission right here, right now, to open your heart and mind to our Mindful Monday affirmation for the week. Breathe, relax, surrender, and open. Today I embrace the wisdom of my soul, leveling up to live my best life with grace. Today I embrace the wisdom of my soul, leveling up to live my best life with grace. Sit with that. Give yourself permission to embrace the wisdom of your soul, to level up to live your best life with grace. Relax and breathe. Feel that. Feel grace moving through you. Feel your courage to level up. Feel your desire to embrace your best life. Now relax, bringing your awareness back. Be in present time, giving yourself permission to embrace the wisdom of your soul, leveling up to live your best life, walking in grace and ease, knowing God is your partner. Thank you, Dominique. Thank you, Tavis Smiley, Miles, and the 1580 KBLA family. Have an unapologetic, mindfully blessed week. Leveling up, living your best life.
Indeed. Whenever I hear Virgo, I think prickly a little bit. Venus in Virgo, does that mean handle intimate relationships with more care than usual?
And handle all relationships with more care. See, the dynamic with Venus and Virgo, Virgo is a very mental sign. They are the major organizers of the zodiac. They are critical. They say get on point. They mean handle your business. And if you miss a spot, they might spank you on your hand. And so, with Venus in a fall, meaning that it is not at home. So what happens with Venus and Virgo, we become very intellectual about how we express our joy, how we express our love, but we also can become critical. That is the shadow side of Virgo. The criticism that Virgo carries is the urge and the knowing that there can be perfection, but we don't embrace perfection because we don't know what perfection is. We only know the authentic expression of who we are, and some of us still don't. We have free will choice. We sometimes have emotional mismanagement. And if you think about it, Virgo is opposite Pisces, and Pisces is the dreamer. Pisces is the fish swimming in opposite direction. And so what is Pisces? Pisces, can be the procrastinators of the universe, whereas Virgo is the opposite, will be the task minister of the universe. So it's asking for integration. They're both mutable signs, meaning that there can be adjustment, but the gift with Virgo is order. It is the purifier. It is to bring structure. Without Virgo, we would not have organization. We would not have the word perfection.
Right. I mean, I get it. I'm not going to go into why I get it, but the thing about it is just handle with care. On the other side, this new moon in Cancer, whenever I think Cancer, I think emotion. And so you're talking about, surrendering and embracing the wisdom of our souls. And it's a new moon, not a full moon, so it's not quite as wild, perhaps. But
Right.
I always think about dealing with our own inner emotional life when I think about Cancer transits.
Well, the gift is that it's conjunct Mercury retrograde. And so any planet retrograde invites you to go inward, to look at the world behind your eyes. And so this transit, this new moon in Cancer, is highlighting emotional intelligence. It's giving us clarity to rebuild our foundation and to create a clean slate so that we can connect to the wisdom in the world behind our eyes. Cancer rules the emotions. Cancer rules the solar plexus or your stomach, where you process, where you discern good or bad or indifference. The dynamic is to have emotional management as you upload these feelings, these thoughts, this clarity. That is the whole thing about Cancer. They help process our emotions, but the thing is that can we be discerning as we process emotionally? And so with Mercury here and Mercury retrograde, we can slow it down a little bit and not overreact to those things. We have time to rethink, reevaluate, reframe, and renegotiate where we're willing and how we're willing to react to things that are going on around us.
You want to stay with me a few more minutes this morning, Saharah?
Sure.
How's your...
Yeah.
Okay, DJ Black 909 said I had to rewind to get the affirmation due to YouTube ads, but I love that. He is so determined to get that affirmation. We got a few more things to set your week on the perfect track. Perfect. See what I did there? When we come forward, KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
She's sharp. She's fearless.
I don't know what they told you, but if they told you that cutting me off is how I'm going to get clicks, stop it now.
She's that girl, and she's bringing all of that to your radio this summer. Amanda Seals is here.
I am Amanda Seals.
Comedian, artist, actress, activist, truth teller. The woman who never bites her tongue is coming to KBLA Talk 1580. And baby, the conversations are about to be unmatched. Every Friday, she's going to be lit noon to 2 p.m. and back again 4 to 6 p.m. Starting Friday, July 17th, only on KBLA Talk 1580. Amanda Seals, keeping it real, keeping it raw, and keeping it rooted. Politics, pop culture, black excellence, the stuff they don't want us talking about. Amanda's talking about all of it.
You keep interrupting me when I'm talking, and you don't want to hear the point that I'm going to make. And yet you want me to respect your point. And that's not how a debate works.
This is not your average radio show. This is a Seals Summer. Fridays, noon to 2, 4 to 6. Starting Friday, July 17th. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. Don't just listen. Tune in.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-324-3030. That's 800-324-3030. Again, that's 800-324-3030.
This November, you'll decide who leads California. So shouldn't you hear directly from the people asking for your vote? Join us for California Voices, a political town hall and ballot forum, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Meet candidates running for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and other major statewide and local offices, including mayor of Los Angeles, city attorney, and LA County sheriff. Get clear, nonpartisan breakdowns of the propositions on your November ballot, both sides, no spin. And ask your questions directly, in real conversation, face to face. California Voices is brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the Empowerment Congress, giving you the information you need before you vote. Mark your calendar, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026, California Voices. Follow KBLA 1580 for details and download the KBLA 1580 app. Your vote, your voice. Be there.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Saharah Ali still with us. Just may as well spend these few minutes together if you don't mind. I love that folks are following the affirmations. I always write them down. And when you give us affirmations, those are intended for us to use throughout the week, right? I mean, or anytime, not just at this morning, at this moment.
Okay, to understand the anatomy of an affirmation, affirmations are affirming within yourself, your mind, your body, and your spirit to connect to a different rhythm of thought pattern. So if you have an affirmation, you are overriding your negative self-talk. You are affirming, as today's affirmation is that today you embrace the wisdom of your soul, leveling up to live your best life, as opposed to I don't feel good, I don't like myself. And somebody
my
called me out
least
of my
favorite
name.
my least favorite is one is it's always something. And I just feel like
Yeah.
this could be a talking point Tuesday, because there are certain little anti-affirmations that we say. If it ain't one thing, it's another. It's always something. People are so trifling. I just can't win for losing. Like, that's the opposite of an affirmation, right? That's called
Exactly, but
yeah.
what we need to understand is that the body is wired to receive programming. Our reticular activator system, that is the part of our brain that allows our words to manifest into substance, to allow our visions. It's about the law of attraction to manifest. So what are you programming in your reticular activator system? It's like having a tape recorder, and that's archaic, or a CD player, or you upload some information. And so if you want to upload some information to change your life, to change your frequency, why not give yourself permission to embrace the wisdom of your soul? Because your soul knows all things. And why not give yourself permission to level up, to live your best life, as opposed to complaining that your life is not good?
Right.
We are the change agents in our own life.
Right. So when we say focus on what we want, not what we don't want, that's what we mean. And to me, sometimes it can be a struggle if you're feeling sad or melancholy, or really terrible, hard things are happening in your life, right? Can't pay the rent, somebody's sick, somebody died. It feels like, it can feel like you're in a tunnel, or you're underwater in a way that's not soothing. And that's where I think affirmations can be very helpful. It's one of the places, when you just mindfully say, today I embrace the wisdom of my soul, leveling up to live my best life with grace. And you can hold on to that and keep saying it. It's almost like lately I've been saying, I'm going to brainwash myself to be happier, to be stronger, to feel more positive. Not in a toxic positivity way, like pretending what's happening isn't happening, but doing the things that I know make me feel better, that I know help me to stay on the focused on what I want side of the ledger.
But this is what Saji Yoga, my business, is all about. My mantra is think about what you want, not what you don't want, because every action is preceded by a thought, and the thoughts come within you. They come from out, not in. They come out. And if you change your mind, you change your life. And I like to say that Mindful Monday serves as a gentle reminder to pause and reconnect with the essence of who we are. And it's an opportunity to engage in the sacredness within you, to step away from the daily noise and to allow yourself to be present and focus in the space of reflection and rejuvenation. This is why I love Mindful Monday, that we start off our week on purpose, being unapologetic in who we are, but having clarity to know. This is why I give you the celestial influences, to let you know the theme music that's playing in the background. And this is why I give you an affirmation, so you can override the negativity that may come at you as we experience certain frequencies in our environment. And so this week, we have the Venus and Virgo dynamic. We have a new moon, and new moons are a new beginning, but it's surrounded by all this Cancer energy with Mercury retrograde. So it's important for us to embrace our inner wisdom and to honor our soul, because the things outside of us at this time can be very uncomfortable. It can be illusionary. It could be combative. And so if we connect through the wisdom within ourselves, it gives us an opportunity to go within and to level up, to choose the life we want to live. We want to live our best life, or we want to live a chaotic life.
Yep. Well, the prayer warrior Molly Bell is asking us for prayers, so let's all get prayed up. She certainly has prayed for a lot of folks during her lifetime. And if folks want to get a sound healing treatment from you, or maybe book a sound bath for an event, or if they want to get some life coaching, y'all know who you are, some yoga instruction, they can call Elise at 213-628-9783, 213-628-9783 to make a time. There's a sound bath coming up, do we know, in July?
We have a sound bath on Saturday at Yoga House in State in Fair Oaks in Pasadena. Just go on the Yoga House website. And I'm also doing a celebration with the production, and we will be downtown on Friday. You can go on Eventbrite to look that up. It's an evening of sound healing, yoga, transformation, mindful connection. It's a collective dynamic to bring transformation, and it is a beautiful thing. The space is beautiful. So go on Eventbrite, look up Mahat, M-A-A-T Productions, and get a ticket. It's a series. I will be with them each third Friday, July, August, and September for the next 3 months. Yeah, it's a party down event, so I'll be there hitting the bowls, but it'd be some other stuff for you to get down.
All right. Well, Saharah Ali, as per usual, thank you for starting our week off with a beautiful blessing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dominique. Thank you, KBLA family. I am so grateful to start your week off in this space of light. I am honored to be a vessel to celebrate the wholeness within you. Have a blessed week and be unapologetic in who you are.
Who's in traffic right now?
You can't fix what you won't face.
And we face it every day.
This is KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Nolan Wells' family is demanding answers after the Mississippi teen was found dead following a 4th of July boating trip. They met with Reverend Al Sharpton over the weekend.
Don't rush to judgment saying it was not racist, because we do not know.
Also joined by Atty Ben Crump, the family is calling for records, witness statements, and autopsy results. Tyler Perry and Colin Kaepernick are helping Nolan Wells' family in a big way. The actor and former NFL star have stepped in to cover major expenses. Perry is covering funeral costs, while Colin Kaepernick will pay for an independent autopsy. Black media mogul Byron Allen also donated $100,000 to the family. And the Trump administration plans to keep more than 5,000 National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. through January 2029. The D.C. Council is urging some states to recall their troops now that America 250 events have concluded. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Cleaning starts with one small task, and suddenly it's the whole house. Luckily, there's AirTasker. Post your task, set your budget, and choose a tasker to help. From carpet cleaning to finally tackling the junk drawer. Go to airtasker.com or download the app.
AirTasker. Get anything done?
Is this the This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers are going into the Major League Baseball All-Star break with a 3-game losing streak. They were swept at home over the weekend by Arizona. The Dodgers lost to Arizona Sunday 5-3. The Dodgers still have the best record in baseball at 61-36. The All-Star game is Tuesday in Philadelphia. If you're looking for a job in the sports industry, the LA Sparks have an opening for a general manager. The WNBA franchise fired GM Reagan Pebley on Sunday. Pebley had been with the Sparks for 2 years. The Sparks are 10-11. They're in 9th place in the WNBA standings, one spot away from qualifying for the playoffs. The World Cup Final Four is set. France and Spain meet up Tuesday at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. England takes on Argentina Wednesday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Both matches are at noon Pacific time. Live coverage on Fox Sports. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
As the poet laureate of Harlem, Langston Hughes, once said, I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow, I'll sit at the table when company comes. Nobody dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America. KBLA Talk 1580 and the Inner City Youth Orchestra of Los Angeles invite you to attend the 18th season finale concert, I Too Sing America, honoring the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, this Sunday, July 12, 3 p.m. at the Walt Disney Concert Hall. Curated by conductor Charles Dickerson and performed by the largest orchestra of color in the nation, I Too Sing America promises to be a show you won't soon forget. This Sunday, July 12th, 3 p.m. at the Walt Disney Concert Hall in downtown Los Angeles. Purchase tickets at icyola.org or from the Music Center box office at musiccenter.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. 10 Toes In serves as a mentorship and domestic violence prevention program. They support, educate, and empower couples during and after incarceration. They assist male returning citizens to re-enter society successfully and to help them maintain a healthy relationship with their romantic partner. They offer a mentorship support group for formerly incarcerated men. 10 Toes In teaches its Intimate Relationships 101 curriculum at male prisons throughout the state of California. They host sister support group meetings for women who are intimately involved with incarcerated and formerly incarcerated men. 10 Toes In is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. To access their services or make a donation, please visit them online at 10toesin.org or find them on Facebook or Instagram. They are healing lives through relationships. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
You do, and we're glad that you are here. A lot to unpack. We'll be talking next hour with journalist Barrington Salmon, where we'll focus more on the international issues, along with the latest on the Epstein files, which, I say it like that because there's so much going on that we forget that the Department of Justice is still doing its shenanigans around the Epstein files. What I did want to follow up is the case of Nolan Wells, the young teenager, who's 18, who was found dead after going out on a boat trip with 3 of his white friends. And he, there's so many different stories and theories and just stuff going around the internet. When we first started talking about this, no one was talking about it. No one would talk about it. Now there's an army of influencers throwing around all these different theories, and it's so hard to know what's verified and what's not. I try to track what Ben Crump says, because the family has now retained Crump as their attorney, but Crump is even posting some of the speculation and things that we're not sure if they're true. And he's basically saying, yeah, we don't know if this is just true yet. We're doing the investigation. I was surprised that he would post things that were speculative, but Ben Crump is no dummy. So if he's doing it for a reason, either because he feels it to be true or because he wants to keep, there could be a million reasons. I'm speculating, but I'm thinking that he's trying to keep Mississippi authorities back on their heels so that they don't quickly close the case, which is clearly what they were trying to do at the beginning, right? At the beginning, they said, oh, well, there's really strong riptides out there, and we found him on the island, so he probably drowned, nothing to see here. Well, as more information came out, that became more and more difficult to do. The family calling for a full investigation. The fact that the family, and I know this shouldn't be true, but it is true, the fact that he comes from clearly a middle-class family with 2 parents where they're both very educated and great on camera is making a difference, right? It's sad but true. I say it's sad because everyone should have an equal chance at justice and an equal chance to be heard. But when your mom is pretty and well-spoken and educated, people listen more. That's just the way we are as human beings. And the fact that all of us, you and me, the black people of America, the progressives of America, who wouldn't stop talking about this, propels them, along with Ben Crump, who has the mainstream microphone for whatever reason, makes them get an opportunity to go on Good Morning America. They were clearly ready for that opportunity, and so it's made it much more difficult for the officials in Mississippi to sweep things under the carpet. You see the protesters marching in his town. Oh my, it was a lot of people. Ocean Springs, Mississippi is where it is. And I'm sure they don't see a lot of this. It reminds me of Baby Cohen, right? Also in Mississippi, by the way, a 1-year-old murdered by cops. And we're still boycotting Walmart in case you're confused. But who knew that the Hebrew Israelites would be marching like this? Like, I know that they're very organized. I see them out recruiting. I have some friends and some of our KBLA delegates who are Hebrew Israelites. What I hadn't seen was what I hadn't anticipated, but we've seen it in a number of cases lately, is scores of them marching in formation in protest and showing up in these small towns and making it known that no, you don't get to sweep this under the carpet. That's not what's going to be allowed to happen. And I'm happy to see it. I was happy to see it. All these theories, I don't even know how much to go into them because it seems that they're not. What I've been trying to stick to is what I can verify. We know, it's funny because the Black Information Network, which is allegedly black, anyway, is reporting that Colin Kaepernick has stepped up to pay for the autopsy, the second autopsy, a private one, for the Wells family. Well, actually, that's what his foundation does. The Know Your Rights Camp and the Know Your Rights Foundation, that's Colin Kaepernick's organization. Anyone of any race, anywhere, who has had a loved one killed under suspicious circumstances can apply for a free second autopsy. It's one of the things that Colin Kaepernick has been doing for years. He put that in place. He wasn't just kneeling. He was doing something about it. You got to love that, right? It's not just talking. It's like, oh, and now anybody who needs a second autopsy can get one. Now, it's true, Byron Allen stepped up. I haven't heard of him doing this before. Maybe he has quietly. There's so many times when the millionaires, the billionaires are doing something, especially celebs, and we don't know about it because they're not advertising it. But he has stepped up to pay funeral expenses and such. And others have stepped in as well. Aaron says, I feel the Jackson County Sheriff is covering up this case on Nolan Wells. And they very well could be. And I think that's why Ben Crump has been so strategic in putting up, reposting a lot of stuff, some of it unverified. The other thing I've noticed he's doing, and Ben Crump's been doing this for a minute now. Since Trayvon Martin? What was that, 13 years ago? Yeah, 13 years ago. The birth year of Black Lives Matter grassroots. But anyway, he's getting better at it. One of the things I've noticed, because controlling the narratives means flooding the timelines, right? They've been flooding the timeline with the humanization of Nolan Wells, him with his family, him with his black friends. Lots and lots and lots and lots of photos and videos by and of him with his black friends. The humanization of him working out, him with his family, him going fishing. And that is genius to me because it counteracts what they always do. And by they, I'm talking about the police, the authorities. Yes, Tyler Perry also stepping in there with money for the funeral. You're right, Willie Ellis. But what he's doing is he's humanizing him so aggressively, if that's a word. Aggressively sounds like the wrong word. He's humanizing him so effectively, so continuously, that whatever they try to come with, it's probably too late. Remember Michael Brown? Oh, well, he once stole cigars. So therefore, what? He deserves to be murdered by a cop for jaywalking? I mean, this is what happens, though. You know, it's what Dr. Melina Abdullah calls the double homicide. The person is killed and then they assassinate their character. Well, Crump is leaving no room for that. And we're talking about an 18-year-old with a huge friend group who's a successful football player, and the friends are posting and Crump is reposting, and it's flooding the timelines with the beauty, the humanity, the light, the spirit, the goodness of this young person, making it harder, and harder for the case to be swept under the rug. So if you want to repost, retweet, do it. Let's be part of that. And I think Christine and Elmore Wansley did an amazing job on Good Morning America. Why was the phone wiped? Why was there nothing on Snapchat? Where was the phone? Why did they have the phone? Why was it so hard for the dad to get the car keys to his son's car, which was parked on the lawn of one of the kids who he, feels lied to him and likely did lie to him, because they said they couldn't find the keys. And then a girl that was there, a young girl that was there, said, oh, the keys are on top of the Xbox. You haven't looked at the Xbox since Nolan went missing? There's a lie for sure if you're the parent of a teenager. You haven't looked at the Xbox since July 4th? Not believable. And all of these holes in the story are being exposed. They brought in Sharpton, not quite sure why, perhaps because he has a really big platform. But this is a great example of seizing the narrative, because clearly the district attorney and the white families of that friend group were putting out one story, but they have now been flooded with this other narrative. And I would say to an extent drowned out. Not fully, because some of the mainstream media is still doing those subtle things, such as saying no evidence of foul play. What the hell does that mean? There's no evidence of not foul play either. And what is evidence of foul play? To me, stuff wiped from a phone could be considered evidence of foul play, right? So when they do that, what it means is the reporters are repeating the official story without vetting it, which means you are not doing your job as a reporter, but we, as consumers of said reporting, influencing, AR, or whatever, can put on our media literacy hats and make sure we are reading between the headlines, that we are questioning what we are told, that we are considering the source. Who's saying that and why? Who's saying that and why? Why do they want me to believe this? Who's paying for this? Follow the money. So many things that defy common sense. Same time, I see these influencers saying things, many of them mean well, but they're clearly not keeping up with the case, because they're saying things that have since been disproven or new information has come to light. What the other interesting thing is that the family's autopsy seems to be moving at a much faster pace than the one done by Jackson County. And the fact that Ben Crump felt necessary to move this young teenager's body out of Mississippi altogether, take the body to Washington, D.C. to get an autopsy so that Mississippi officials couldn't meddle, is also brilliant, but also very telling. The fact that this judge, one of the parents of one of the white children, took to social media not once but twice to try to influence the narrative, tells you that they are in a full-on panic. And several commentators have pointed out on socials that could be illegal. That could be a judge using their influence to try to taint the jury pool. Judges have really strict rules about how they're able to use the gravitas that they have as members of the bench. She may be in violation. that shows you just how serious this is. Just how serious this is. And, there's more theories, again, uncorroborated. Now there's a video that seems to show Nolan at a party after the time when he was said to be already deceased. And the theory is that he was beaten to death. But we don't have corroborating evidence. But yet, Ben Crump, his attorney, posted that on his page. So that's why I'm mentioning it. If the attorney's posting it, there's a reason, even though it hasn't been corroborated. Not too late to call me. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for Unapologetically Outspoken KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Listen up, KBLA delegation. We have something you need to hear. Right now, you may qualify for low-cost home internet. And we're not talking about a catch. This is real. Many internet service providers offer low-cost internet plans if anyone in your household is enrolled in CalFresh, Medi-Cal, SSI, or is income eligible. There are a lot of families in our community who deserve to be connected. Here's all you do. Call 844-461-7893. That's the Get Connected call center. Real people ready to help you enroll today. Or go online to internetforallnow.org to find a provider near you. You may also qualify for a low-cost computer through Human IT. Connectivity is not a luxury. In 2026, it's a necessity. And you deserve access just like everybody else. Call 844-461-7893. That's 844-461-7893. KBLA's got you. If you missed any of this, you can always go to our website at kbla1580.com. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 in partnership with the California Emerging Technology Fund, CETF. Helping communities get connected. Along the Crenshaw Corridor, free public Wi-Fi is now available thanks to Destination Crenshaw and the City of Los Angeles. Whether you're checking email, applying for jobs, finishing homework, or supporting your local businesses, staying connected is easier than ever because access to the internet means access to opportunity. To learn more and find Wi-Fi locations near you, visit www.getconnected.lacity.gov.
Going to a World Cup match in LA this summer? Ditch the parking stress and ride Metro. With direct service from across LA County, it's the easy way to get there for just $1.75 each way.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-324-3030. That's 800-324-3030. Again, that's 800-324-3030.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for Unapologetically Progressive Radio, KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, so continuing to track the story of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, who was found dead after going out with 3 white friends on the Mississippi Gulf Coast to a barrier island there. One of the white kids, this kid, Trayston Shepard, is speaking to a local TV station. He refused to speak on camera. It's an ABC affiliate. But he says he won't speak on camera because him and his friends are getting threats. He says they didn't do anything wrong and they don't understand why they're getting hated on. And he also claims, and this is interesting, that the video that's going around that shows an altercation on the island that seems to show some kids yelling at each other, he claims it's not Nolan on the footage. Now, the mama thinks it is, but this kid shepherd said he's the one yelling in the video and that it's not Nolan in that video. He also says he's spoken to police, that he is cooperating, and the police claim that those white children are cooperating. So we'll see. I mean, this is the kind of thing where more and more comes out as time goes on. It was interesting to me that initially the mom and the family was saying to send all the videos and photos to the police, and now Ben Crump is wanting people to send stuff to him. Does that mean they don't trust what the police are doing or saying? Could be. Again, speculation. Unlike other talk radio hosts, I tell you when I'm speculating, okay? But still, he doesn't explain why they had the phone, why they left their friend without the phone. And he says that Nolan Wells met a girl that he had never met before and he was hanging out with her. But the other accounts say that this was a girl he knew, that he had been seeing off and on, and that she is cooperating with police too. And then there's another girl who's the one that helped the father retrieve the keys. I don't know if it's the same girl, but it's telling that the stories coming from the white friend group, the boys, are different than these girls. And it's also, as I said, interesting that the mom is now saying share the photos and videos with her legal team. You could share them with the police also, but share them with her legal team, not just law enforcement. So that represents a change in my assessment. And I think that for once, I think we're helping. I think the fact that people are, even though there's confusing stuff, and please don't believe everything you hear or read about this, be discerning, but also keep talking about it. I think the fact that Ben Crump is everywhere is important on this case. I don't know how he handles all these cases at once, but the media gives him the mic. Meanwhile, he's helping baby Cohen, and now he's over here helping Nolan Wells. But the fact that hundreds of people marched in Ocean Springs this weekend, that's part of what's keeping this story in the news. It's part of what's forcing ABC, NBC, CBS to follow the lead of black press, the lead of local community organizers, because that is exactly what has happened here. They'll ignore it, they'll ignore it, they'll ignore it, they'll ignore it until we make it impossible for them to further ignore it. And there were a lot of black Hebrew Israelites, and I give them credit because they were marching in formation, and there were scores of them. I would say more than 100 from the video that I saw. But there were also other community members. There were a lot of people out there marching. And this is what we have to do. And I know people love to say, oh, marching doesn't make any difference. Protesting doesn't make any difference. Of course it does. Of course it does. That's not all you do. It's not marching alone. It's not just marching. But of course it does. And I think the people that say that are either tired or they're ops. They're tired because they've been marching since 1952, or they're ops whose real line, if you listen to the rest of what they say, are conservative anti-justice talking points. Don't march, don't vote. Stay home and do what? Type? Stay home and do what? complain, stay home and do what? Smoke weed? Make money? Watch porn? Like, what are we talking about here, people? They're still calling for videos. They're still calling for photos. And the internet is undefeated. So I expect to hear a lot more in the days and weeks ahead. We'll be joined by Barrington Summon. He's an award-winning journalist to talk about national and international affairs. You are invited in, by the way. This is not A and B conversation. You definitely should see your way in, as we used to say when we were little kids. 800-920-1580, news, traffic, and sports. Then all of that only here.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Nolan Wells' family is demanding answers after the Mississippi teen was found dead following a 4th of July boating trip. They met with Reverend Al Sharpton over the weekend.